record it on the computer. Okay, so here we are. It's kind of like day 2 of the 3 days that we get to go over this study guide. Last time we were together, we went over the arithmetic formula. And as you're writing things down, why don't I just kind of go ahead and take it from there? As a reminder, let me get this light blue highlighter. Let me highlight that we went over arithmetic. And its formula was the following. T of n is the common difference times the n, the number that they want, plus the a sub 0. And that's the one I wrote right here, that you kind of reverse the process before, like you reverse the process so you can say what was before the a sub 1. So write that down. It kind of organizes your thoughts. And today we are going to now go over geometrics. And again, we spent a lot of time on arithmetic, so you can kind of put like a little arrow. Oh, that is super little. In that we'll see another example A of arithmetic, but we are now switching over to geometric. And we're going to do that in looking at this one, where the sequence will be 4, 16, 64. Okay, now that is the sequence, but let me point out some differences, everybody. You know how in between your arithmetics, there's the common difference. But in geometric, it's not called the same thing. It's called what's in between. It's the ratio. Okay. And what I like about geometric is you don't have to figure out the a sub 0. There's none of that. All you'll need is the a sub 1. And the a sub 1 is simply the first in the sequence. So that makes it kind of easy. A sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3. Okay, so geometric, everybody. And again, geometric, since it's not something just adding, or subtracting, geometric's numbers they'll get up pretty high in a quick manner. All right, so let's explore this one here. If anybody came a little later, we are writing down as a study guide the items from chapter 5, the important items for the final. And today we just got started on a geometric sequence. Oh, so you're writing this, right? By the way, just really quick, I'm getting it from this sheet. I happen to have a sheet which is just kind of a collection. And it will have the answers too. We're not going to see all the problems, but okay. Let's get started. I have 4, 16, 64. Okay. See, now you can't say it's adding 4 because nowhere would it be right. 4 plus 4 is 8. So no. Can you say it's multiplying by 2? 4 times 2 is 8. No, you can't even say that. What do I do when I want to know what's happening from one term to the next? Well, you just grab 2 of them and you divide. It's going to work even if you grab those two. And divide. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 64 divided by 16 happens to be 4. So we found what's happening. We're timesing 4. And what that is, and that's the common ratio. See, but the ratio is this, is 16 divided by 4. I know that piece. Oh, yeah, but what do I need for its own formula? Like here was the formula for arithmetic. What's the formula for geometric? Well, here it is. This time it's the T of n equals, we just grabbed the a sub 1. So we'll look at this. We will look at this 4. That's easy. However, you also multiply and then you put the common ratio, but you set it to a power of n minus 1. This is called the explicit formula. Now, remember, you guys, they usually will say what they want you to find. And in this assignment, it says the following. Determine if it's a geometric sequence. If it is, find the common ratio and the 8th term. So guys, let's just do that. We're going to keep finding the eighth term. I think we have everything we need. Okay, here we go. T of 8, that's the one we want, is equal to the a sub 1, the first in the series, 4, times the common ratio, oh, which was also 4. And then n minus 1. Remember, we want the 8th in the series, so that's our n, 8 minus 1. Okay. I'm in the middle of doing the geometric formula, folks. So grab a paper and try to jump on and catch up to where we were at, please. I started with a sequence that went 4, 16, 64, okay? Now, one thing, folks, be very careful. It looks like we would want to go 4 times 4 is 16. But that would be not going in proper order of operations. You guys remember PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's going to say, are there any parentheses? No. Are there any exponents? Yes. So you see, we have to do that first. And then whatever number we get, we will multiply it by 4. Okay. Now remember, if I do 4 to the 8 minus 1, let's rewrite it. 4 times 4 to the 7th. And then it's kind of like a rite of passage. A rite of passage of leaving this class means that you got good at using your calculator and you're able to find 4 to the 7th power. You might want to write this down. Remember, it's the X to the Y button, or it's also the A to the B button. Some calculators use X to the Y, some use A to the B. But we're going to solve it right here. All right, 4 to the 7th. Remember how I like to use now my calculator, on-screen calculator. That's one thing that was happy about COVID. COVID forced me to do some things that I used to always want to do. And now actually it was figure it out or sink or swim. So I was able to figure some new skill set. Okay, how do we punch it in, class? We're trying to do 4 to the 7th power. So it's 4. Does everybody see the X to the Y button? It's kind of right here next to my 7. Right, and look up there, guys. It has that little caret. Remember, we all knew that little top of a caret means raising the power. 4 to the 7th equals 16,384. Yikers. Told you we're going to do big numbers. 16,384. And now times that by 4. $65,536. 65,536. Oh, this was another one. Sorry, you guys. See, I did a different one for the other class. I did to the 9th power. Yeah, that's why I had different numbers. Anyways, I'll take one from the top in just a moment, but I know some people came a little late and I know I talked about a lot of items. Please check your note against mine and just let me give about 10 slow seconds. Anybody have any questions at this moment? Like, where do some of these numbers come from? I started out with this one, everybody. It was example B, and it just went 4, 16, 64. Geez, and the question was, what's the eighth? What's the eighth figure? Boy, it's already in the 65,000s, and it only took 8 moves. That's definitely a geometric pattern involving exponents. Okay, does that seem too bad? Or because I'd like to do a couple of practice ones here. And you'll already see it's right here written off to the side. Right here in example C. Okay. I have -4, -20, -100, -500. Class, what's it doing? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is that better? Sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to leave it on the calculator. So again, let me move it right there for another 10 seconds. We're all business right now. It feels like a math class. But again, you guys, I want to reiterate, this is all reminder work of items you either have a method note of, you'll have several examples in the stream of your Google Classroom. There's reteach, there's videos that I put there. So please get to know that, spend time with it so you will feel confident enough for the final. Now I think we're ready. Okay, let's take it from the top. And then afterwards, I'll give you two more, but you're going to do those tonight on your own. So I don't have to walk it through. I'll let you do it. Here we go. -4, -20, -100, -500. In 4 moves, it went up to -500. Who can tell what's the common ratio? What's it doing? Does anybody remember the strategy? Is that you can grab any two of them and divide. -20 divided by -4 is totally right. Nice. You guys, what's -20? Negative divided by negative is a positive. +5. Right. And what's -100 divided by 20? How many 20s go into 100? Okay, 5. So, good. Have I convinced you that it's 5? There's our ratio. There's our R. Why don't we write, because it's good practice, why don't we write the formula again? T of n is the a sub 1 times the r raised to the n minus 1. Again, this is geo. Why don't you put geo, geometric? Great question. What place are we trying to find? We're just going to follow the recommendation of the sheet, and we're going to find the 8th place. So the number wanted will be 8. Or we could have said desired number. How about that? That sounds good. The desired number is 8. So that's going to go in place of the n minus 1. And we already know the ratio. And we already know the a sub 1. Hey, we're ready to go. Okay, guys. So I want to know the t of 8, 8 figures down the road. What is my a sub 1? What's the first one in the series? Looks good. Here it is. I'll put it in green. It's -4 times the ratio that we got, everybody, when we divided 5 and n minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. I don't think this is too bad. I think you guys would be able to get these pretty good on the final. Remember, we have to remember how to punch this in correctly. Don't tell me it's 4 times 5. That's a trap. It's 5 to the 7th power. Okay, 5 to the 7th power. Here we go. 5, I punch in 5. X to the Y, 7. 78,125. Times -4. Final answer. The T of 8. Uh-oh, I erased it. -78, 125 times 4 negative. 312, 500. Okay. Not too bad, hopefully. Okay, remember I'm recording this and I will be putting it in Google Classroom, but also you taking these notes gives you great practice. Okay, now let's give you 2 to do on your own later. And it will be these problems. People just come into class right now. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, here's the one I just did. Number 10. I just did that 5 to the 7. And here's the one you want to do at home. Number 12. 3, 6, 12, 24, ... Okay, find me the 8th. Same for both of them. Find me the 8th. And end it with this one. 14, 1, -5, +25, -125, ... And I still want the 8th figure. Just use your notes. I hope I'm sharing this. Yes, good, I am. Okay. So those are your take-home practice ones: 3, 6, 12, 24, 1, -5, 25, and -125. You can ask in class when we start class next time. If you came a little late, we just went over the geometric formula of a sequence. And we took kind of a note that is kind of our study guide, which looks like this. So you might want to just take a snapshot of this. Okay, so we're going to get ready to switch gears, and I want you to check in with me to Desmos. We're going to now switch gears to systems of equations, and we're going to probably do screen 1 and 2 together, and then you guys take it from there, doing screens 3 through 6. I'll be I'll be quiet at that time, and then I will jump back on in 12 to 15 minutes afterwards. Then I will take roll at that time. Okay, so please check your Google Classroom. I have released your next assignment from Desmos. It says copy final review, chapter 6, systems of equations. Go to the instructions and go ahead and click on the icon. We're all business, you guys. Graphing a system of equations. Oh yeah, I saw one question when we were building your final is that you're gonna read a y equals mx plus b, and you're gonna graph it, right? And then you'll graph the other one, and you'll tell me where the POI is. So just as a reminder, I don't think we're gonna do anything on this. When you have two or more linear equations, am I sharing it? Yes, good. When you have two or more linear equations, it's called a system of linear equations. The solution to a system of a linear equation consists of the x and the y value to make both equations true. Graphically, though, that this appears as a point where the lines intersect. Class, can you tell visually where they're intersecting? What's the coordinate of where they hit and they intersected one time? Good, look it, all right. Jacob offers 3 up 2. Remember, you got to go side to side first. So is it going over 3? 1, 2, 3. Or is it going over 2? Yeah, be very careful. It's not going over 3 after all. It's only going over 2. There we go. It's the other way around. Over 2, up at 3. Cool, there's the solution. All right, why don't you try window number 2? This one you get to change colors of items. They're going to want you to make the first line green, the second line blue, and the place where they cross, identify and label the solution in red. See, there's a blue there. Just tap it, red. But I'm sorry, you guys work on that one. Let me look at who's jumped in on this assignment. I need everybody to be there with me. Let's look at the dashboard. Classes, we are in period 5. Oh, very good. Sabrina, Natalie, Diego, Aaliyah, Sebastian C, Jacob Molina, and Michelle A. Those are my rock stars right now. You're exactly where you should be on window number 2. And finally, to make it super easy, I just put the blue link in the chat. Anthony R is in the right place. Adrena Guerrero, Matthew E. All right, where's the rest of my good peeps here? Don't just watch us work. Who's needs to join? Brianna. Brianna, please click that link and join us. Josiah H, please click your link and join us. Angela T, same thing. And Fernando G, I think I saw Fernando. Okay, the link is in the chat again. And we asked you guys to join me on window 2. Let's do so. Okay.
Did you guys already do slide 2? Oh, never mind.
No, we're just on it. Good. So we're barely on slide 2. Let me turn the green. Let me turn the top one green. In looking at all the clues, remember everybody, it's in y equals mx plus b form. And they're asking, what's the b and what's the m? Remember how we wrote it like this in the computer? We put parentheses and we always put 0 first. So the first place where it's going to cross the line is at 0, 3. And the slope, the m is 1/3. I'm going to go ahead and go to 0, 3, 1, 2, 3. Start graphing things. Follow my own slope. Up 1/3. Up 1/3. Yeah. Down 1, back 3. And then let's make the line. Okay, now I'm going to turn it blue and look at the other line involved. Y equals 2x minus 2. The ending is the B where it crosses the y-intercept. So remember, we put 0, nothing in the x, and it's minus 2. Zero, go nowhere on the sides, but go down to minus 2. And look at the slope. Now I go and look next to the x is the m. It just says 2. But if it's not a fraction, what have we learned that we're going to help it out with? Always do what to it? Put a 1 under it. So that it's going to say up to over 1. Up to over 1. Up to over 1. Woo. I'm waiting. I'm kind of falling asleep here. Started at -2. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1 is my slope triangle. Oh, I think I got something important there. Let me extend my line. Aha. I just had my point of intersection. So now I better turn things red. You guys, what's the answer? It looks like they are crossing perfectly. Wonderful. It is over 3, I believe up 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi there. I'm sorry if you came a little late. You missed me going over the geometric sequence, but please look in Desmos. In Google Classroom and find this Desmos. Log into it, and we are remembering about systems of equations. Please tap to the next window. So everybody, look at right here, equal values method. When they both are written in y equals mx plus b, y equals 3x minus 4, and another part of the system was y equals 2x plus 5. Okay, so we have our first visual of equal values. I think you remember this one. Remember the green, look at the two green Y's. When we were on this section, we kind of would like, we circled them and we kind of drop kicked them and just set them equal to each other. Then you'll solve and you'll find an X. So on this one, the X will equal 9. And then remember, it's up to you to pick whichever one of the originals and plug in 9 for X and solve for the Y. Just a reminder. And now let's go to screen 4. Okay, here's your chance to show me your comfort level with equal values. Y is 4x minus 2. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus 5. Please solve this equal values method. So that, again, you guys, is where I set the equal sign here. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about my y's right now. I'm just going to set these equal to each other. For x minus 2 is equal to the other one, 1/2 x plus 5. This one's not too hard. Because what happens when I try to bring over my x's over here? I'm going to subtract a 1/2. And everybody could still know what's 4, take away a half piece. 4 minus a half is 3.5. 3.5 x. Okay, so now we brought the x's over, 3.5x. Now let's kick out the number part, plus 2 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. And then everybody, what happens when I divide by a 3.5? You guys, how many 3.5s go into a 7? 3 and 3 is 6. 0.5, 0.5 makes one more. So that's 2. X equals 2. Everybody, the y is a 2. So we are done. X. Oh no, I'm sorry. The x is a 2. We never found out the y. The x is a 2. Now plug it into one of the originals. I'm going to plug it into the top. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 2, 6. Anthony's right with it. So it's actually 2 comma 6. Two comma 6. Now we remind you about the substitution method. Okay, hang on, you guys. We're about done. I'm going to start loading up my laptop for attendance, but I'd like you to work asynchronously for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start reading names. I know we used the whole period today. Please read screen 5 and screen 6. Okay, go. You guys are reading screen 5 and doing 5 and 6. Okay, class. Well, I want to leave you to keep going with this. Can I just share though? If you're doing it correctly, if you're doing substitution correctly, remember it was this one. 3x plus 4y equals 9. And remember, one of them is going to say, one will say y equals x minus 3. Remember we were doing that when we were into that section? Then you look at it, and if it says y equals all that stuff, you put all that stuff in place of the y. Okay, here it is. 3x plus 4, open parentheses, x minus 3. See, you plop it in there. Close the parentheses and say equals 9. Don't forget about distributive property. 4x and minus 12 Bring that 3x down. Bring the 9 down. And I'll here we go. And that's the beginning of it. You are now remembering of how to do substitution. Okay, I'm checking people in. Anthony, you're checked in. Angela T, you're all checked in. Anthony R, you're all checked in. Diego, I see you checked in. Brianna M, you are checked in. Alexander F, you are checked in. Brianna. Oh, Brianna M, I already checked you in. Sabrina Garcia, you're checked in. Aaliyah Lopez. And you guys, we continue this study guide. We'll do just about this much when I see you Wednesday as our study guide, or when I see you Thursday. That's right, it's different this week because of the day off. And then we will be on our road to the final. You finished everything already? Check some answers. Awesome. Good. You must be feeling comfortable for the final. Let me check in a few more people, okay? Ava G, you can go. Sabrina, you can go if you like. If you don't owe anything. Fernando G, you're checked in. Maya H, have a good day. Matthew E, Josiah H, Adrina Guerrero.
I'm here, Mr. Margaret.
Okay. Is that Josiah? Michelle A. No Gladys today. Sebastian C, I just checked you in. Natalie Mesa, you're all checked in. Jacob Molina, you're checked in. Anthony R, you're all checked in. All right, guys. Who else? Someone with the phone number that ends with 679. I have no idea who that is. Ariana Harigi. Ariana, you're all checked in. So no Jason Guzman today. No Genevieve Cruz. All right, I think that's everybody. There's no Caesar today, right? No Caesar. Ashley Ceballos? No Ashley? No. No Angeline Bellman. No Mariah Ramos. Bye, you guys have a good one. We'll push on. We'll push on with this. This is plenty to do. It's plenty to do now. Have a good afternoon, everyone.